Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another dolallycrafts Christmas tutorial. Now this one I'm starting off a little differently, only because I don't have any samples and I needed to make sure that I had this all set up correctly. That's a full card base, as you can see the rest of it's there, and I've just stuck this down because I don't want to go over the back of the card. I just want to stay in the front. Now the set I'm using today is Snow is Glistening, and there's going to be 3 cards done in one go. And I'm going to do all of it. I'm going to speed through the stamping process of each card and then get to the actual design. We're going to start off with a really basic card and then progress to a bit more of a developed one, and then a bit more of a developed one on top of that. Now I've just realized I don't have the other stamp set, or the other stamp all done. Okay, now the colours I'm using today, I did want to use Balmy Blue, but when I went through the colours, to me Balmy Blue is more of, it's got a red tone to it. I know it sounds silly because it's not a purple, but it's got a red tone to it, whereas Pool Party, Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay all seem to have more of a yellow tone. That's why I'm going with the darker colours, with the more yellowy tones for this. Even though to me Balmy Blue comes across as a more Christmassy blue, I'm going with these colours. Okay, now to start off with, I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the middle, or what I hope is the middle. Now for a beginner stamper, this is an ideal set, the Snow is Glistening, because you've got a multitude of different images in here that you can use, but you also have a few sentiments as well. So this is going to, I know that's not straight. I've just realised it's not straight on here, so it's not straight on there. Okay, so I'm going to, as I said, now that I've got the sentiment, I'm going to stamp around it. And this is a really basic card, so if you're a new stamper, you'll be able to put this together without a problem. How good does that look already? But if you're a new stamper, yes, it looks good, but you want to lift it up just a little bit. So how about we add some bling in the form of a couple of rhinestones just in the middle of these larger snowflakes. Okay, so we're going to flip this to the inside, and once again I'm going to send a blizzard of wishes for a wonderful season. There are 2 really nice sentiments in this set that you could put on the inside. The other one actually reads, "Each snowflake is beautiful, sparkling and special, just like you." So if you were sending it to a person who's on their own, the other one would be ideal. But this is great for a family. And just to add a bit of detail inside, there we go. Now for a beginning stamper, I would say that was an absolutely gorgeous Christmas card. Very easy to do. Very economical because all you need is a couple of inks, and you don't even need to have 3 inks. You could go with the Bermuda Bay and do triple stamping. If you see this, there's the first one, there's the second one, and there's a faint one for the third one. So you could just use one ink pad and get 3 tones and your sentiment inside and out. Okay, now I'll pop that aside for a moment. I'm going to bring in the next card blank, do the same thing again, but this time try and line it up a bit better so that I can at least attempt to get my sentiment fairly straight. Okay, I will fast forward on a lot of this so that you don't have to sit forever and a day. But I think that card went together in a matter of minutes, didn't it? Okay, so we'll pop that down. Now I'm putting that straight along the crease. So I'm going to whip through this again. So that's the front of our card, and I'm going to bring the last panel in and do the same thing again. Oh, and I've got ink on my hand, so I've got it on the back of the card. Ugh. Definitely got it on my fingers, and you can see I've just ruined the inside of the card. Heavy sigh. Okay, let's get this. I'll just pop this on for now. I will end up having to layer inside of this or move that to a different card. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Now I'm also going to bring in, how's this for stamping? Stamping without thinking. Pop that there for a moment. I'm going to come in with little tiny stamp. There we go. So we've got a flurry of snowflakes there, haven't we? Okay, get rid of that to the side and move that to the side. Now I'm going to bring back in my second one. Remember, that's the first one. We're going to bring the second one in, and I'm going to actually bring in a scrap, and this is actually the glimmer, not glimmer, shimmer, is it called? The shimmer white cardstock. It's got flecks of a shimmery thing in the card. Get rid of all of these. Okay, come in with our main sentiment, the Merry Christmas to you and sending peace on earth. Just stamp there, and then I'm going to come in with my Stampin' trimmer, and I'm going to line up that straight down there. Now I know that that part is straight, and adhere this with some dimensionals. Where are my dimensionals? As you can see, I'm really not planned for this today, but that's okay. I think it's turning out quite good, this video, even if I do say so myself. Okay, so pop those there and take them off. I can get rid of that now because it's all gone. Okay, bring in my silver glimmer paper. Pop that down and then in with my scissors. There we go. So that looks nice. Bring this in. I need my... What have I done with my dimensionals again? Okay, more dimensionals. And I'm just going to stick 4 on the back of this. Because it's a smaller piece, I don't really need one in the middle as support. Doesn't want to come off. There we go. So we're just going to pop that fairly central there. Okay, and then once again just bring in a little bit of bling, and I'm not doing as many as I did last time because I don't want to detract from the silver glimmer paper. I'm going to chop a little piece of this off. See if we can get... I will be back in a minute. Okay. Back in with our shimmer paper, shimmery white, and our sentiment. Right, now in with the Stampin' trimmer again, and I'm going to just cut down there, and I will neaten it up with the trimmer. I will need that again in a moment. And I'm going to bring this back in, and I've just remembered I've got all my snail and stuff packed away from on stage in my toolkit over there somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to pop that with a narrow edge. I hope this is on camera. I needed it close enough to see that I get it all lined up correctly, and I'm just going to yep, that's fine, and then there, and I've just got to trim a little bit off this edge. There we go. Just neaten that up with scissors. I got not quite close enough. There we go. Might actually turn, because I've got the choice with this card, might actually turn it sideways so that I can have it like so, and then pop that one there. Yes, I actually like that, so I'm just going to put it's my tape runner. Get rid of the glue that's visible there. And then stick that there. And then with this one, I'm going to bring my glue dots in. Stick a glue dot under there where you're not going to be able to see it. And just stick that down. There we go. I like that. Now, to bring in the silver, I'm actually going to mount this with a very fine silver border. There we go. Didn't want to cut through there for some reason. Sorry about that. Everything's gone skew whiff here, hasn't it? Okay. So bring this in. And just make sure I've got that with an equal border all the way around. Yes, that will look good. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I'm doing the glimmer paper and I don't mind it being flat, I'm actually going to put some of my tacky glue around for a better adhesion here. Ooh, it's going everywhere. Here we go. Okay, I'll just get that off my fingers. I'm going to bring this in and line it up very carefully like that, and there we go. Now, bringing in my base card, my light stand's falling over here next to me. I'm going to flip this over and put some more dimensionals on the back. Unfortunately, the silver glimmer paper that I've got is the old silver glimmer paper, and it ends up everywhere. Thankfully, the new glimmer paper that Stampin' Up has brought out does not shed. Okay, so I will just add a couple of these. There we go. That looks pretty inside, and now we're going to pretty the outside by simply popping this. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, get all this stuff out the way and pop that aside. I've just gotten glitter all over my pool party and my coastal cabana and my Bermuda base, so it looks like I'll have to try and figure out a way of getting it all off. If anybody's got a hint, please send it to me, because I have got this stuff everywhere. Okay, so we've got the one we started out with, which is great for a beginner. We've stepped it up a little bit for the casual maker, card maker. And then, for the ones that have got everything, there we go. So, I hope you like these cards, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing by clicking the button below. I'd really look forward to hearing any comments you may have. I could even add bling to these, but I think that looks really blinged up as it is. The glimmer paper really goes, yeah, so that's enough from me for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with all of your friends. That's enough waffling from me for today. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.